Hello guys, Shawn McAnalley here with Dr. Bill McAnalley, the expert on apoptosis and things related to that. Guys, today we're going to talk about some adaptogens a little bit more, but this one in particular, a few different ones and how they can help the body as it deals with viruses. These are studies that have been done just recently, ever since some of the more recent viruses have really affected mankind. So these articles here that Dr. Bill has referenced really show by multiple experts how these certain adaptogens here that we're going to talk about right now help to, if you will, activate a pathway called NRF2. That's short for a real long word that I can't even pronounce. But these things are very necessary to help the body to overcome viruses whenever it is subject to them. So, Dr. Bill?
Thank you, Shawn.
It's all right.
You know, what's interesting is a lot of countries can't afford America's medicine. And even, what we do, we don't even have enough to give to all the other countries or to make it available free. And for a long time, they've used plants. Like India, China, most of the world uses plants. And with their understanding of these different pathways, they've been able to figure out what pathways help in different health problems.
Okay.
And, what we make available here is all these articles online. And you can make any third party, that means that the companies didn't write them, that they're interested in selling stuff. You can make that available for people to read and decide, and they're just great articles in PubMed. And that's sponsored by the National Institutes of Health. And they only let articles on there that they consider truthful, fair, and balanced, which is a requirement of these articles. And they've shown, I have several articles that you can look at, but one of them they show, how adaptogens work in general. Just like we talked about with the Mayo Clinic, helping people recover. Well, when you have a bad viral infection or other infections, it damages your cells too.
Sure.
So it just makes sense that activating those same pathways that adaptogens do would help you. And sure enough, it does. There are numerous articles coming out now starting in 2020 and 2021 because they had to wait until they got a hold of and isolated the virus. And now they've been testing it. And it works on other viruses they've been testing, before. And what it'll do is these plants prevent the virus from being able to dock. And they cover the receptor. Some of the ingredients cover the receptor, so they cover up the docking spike that in case of COVID, and they cover the receptor, so it has a hard time docking. And they turn on your innate and your adaptive immune system. The adaptive is where you start making antibodies. They reduce inflammation, which is the bad problem. They control inflammation. And they just work naturally. They help your body do what it does better.
That's right.
If that makes good sense.
It does. And when you're talking about docking, for different term, maybe easier to understand, where the virus attaches to the cell.
Exactly.
It helps prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what happens when you read something 50 times. That becomes your word.
Yeah.
Yeah, so green tea.
Like that there.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot more green tea since
Since you read that.
How it works. And it wasn't until they discovered all these new pathways and they have the ability to measure, these effects. And it helps you recover, just like the Mayo Clinic study. chemo. So a lot of people who had the virus still have effects from the virus.
Mm-hmm.
But it helps repair those cells, organelles, and everything. And that's a great set of abstracts that we're going to make available for people to read. All of them from PubMed.
Cool. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that made a lot of sense to you. It made some sense to me. Guys, these adaptogens that are in these plants that we don't normally get in our everyday diet, they really help the body to overcome things. I mean, they help support the body when it's subject to things such as viruses. We've in the past talked about cancer and just now talked about viruses. And one example is green tea that can really help your body to do what it does already, but better. So guys, make sure to stay tuned to this. Make sure you learn from this so you can have the healthiest life possible. Till next time, this is for the health of it.